We recently sailed on the Disney Magic for our second cruise on her, September 27th through 30th in 2024. It was my husband's birthday, so I splurged and surprised him with a one-bedroom concierge room. It was our first time sailing concierge. This is Disney's oldest cruise ship in her fleet, and does the old girl still hold up? Let's talk about it. Here are my pros and cons of the Disney Magic. Disney's very first cruise ship was launched in 1997. My husband and I sailed on the Magic for a Mediterranean cruise in 2016. We did this as Disney adults with no kids, and this time was with our daughter, who is 6 years old. We have two different perspectives with this ship, and I think it really matters, which I'll talk about. Disney's four classic ships all have a beautiful nautical decor while being family friendly. While there are a lot of families, I think the Magic is a great ship for Disney adults. And that leads me to the pros of the Disney Magic. Number one, the adult area. I think out of the three classes of Disney ships, the Magic and Wonder have the best adult area. We used it a lot on our 7 night Mediterranean cruise. We didn't use it at all because it was a quick 3 night cruise this time. So much going on with Halloween. On the Magic, the adult pool is so much larger than the family pool. It's a large pool. They have a nice shelf that goes around, has a nice bar. They keep the kids out. They also have live music out there throughout your cruise. The adult area in the Dream, I did not care for all that much. They had like a weird swim up bar. It wasn't as big. On the Wish, they had this beautiful infinity edge pool off the aft of the ship. It was so amazing, but it was so small and it had like a weird hot tub and a walkway. This, again, such a big space, such a nice space for adults. You can put your kids in the kids club, enjoy it, and they have two beautiful hot tubs as well. Number two, being the smallest ship out of all the Disney cruise ships, has its advantages. It's really easy and fast to get around. You can see everything on a 3 night cruise. The Magic holds around 2,700 passengers, so much smaller than, say, the new ship, the Wish. We had an aft room on the Wish, and it was such a hike going from our room to get to the elevators to go up to like the pool deck or anything like that. So in the Magic, you're never very far away from anything. It has a great flow and a very intimate feel about it. Number three, the Aqua Lab or the kids pool. This is for little kids. They have the Aqua Lab, the Splash Zone, the Twist and Spout slide. I really enjoyed this space. It's a lot different from the Dream and Wish. It has a very shallow pool that my daughter enjoyed swimming in. Has a little area for you to sit around, although you can't have your drinks while you sit around and keep an eye on your kid. But they have a little bench you can sit. The kids like to swim. They have that fun splash area. And although it was too much for my daughter, the Twist and Spout slide is actually a pretty good size for kids. I really enjoyed how everything was so close together here, and it's really great for little ones and toddlers. Number four, the design. I really love the classical nautical design, the navy blue, the reds, the white, the yellow. I just think it's such a beautiful look. When I first saw The Wish, I was disappointed, I would say, with the lobby, but seeing it in person, it is a lot nicer. But it's nice to be in these classic ships in their lobby. It's just a very beautiful nautical decor, has a touch of Art Deco style as well. The deck for Promenade is one of my favorites. On the Treasure and the Wish, deck four does not go all the way around. So this deck four, the Promenade, you're so close down to the water. It's a beautiful, wide, classic nautical look with comfortable navy blue lounge chairs. Also, on the Wish and the Treasure, you have two banks of elevators, or on the smaller ships, you have three banks of elevators, which just makes it easier to get around the ship. The midship elevators, they have the glass elevators, which we love. My daughter's a huge fan of them. We always have to wait for the glass elevators. So they overlook the lobby, and then you'll get little designs that you can look at as you go up and down in the higher and lower decks. Even though this is a 27-year-old ship, Disney does an amazing job with upkeep and it is so beautiful, classic, and I thought the design was wonderful. Number 5, the Kids Club, and being a 27-year-old ship, I was surprised how similar this was to the Wish. You cannot beat the slide down into the Kids Club on the Wish, but all of the spaces were very similar, very well done. They completely renovated this entire space from the original Kids Club design and is so much more like the newer ships. Your kids are not going to want to leave. Such an amazing space for all kinds of interest, and they have activities, and the characters come in there as well for the kids. Number 6 is the Tangled Dinner and Stage Show. Tangled is one of my favorite Disney movies. I love everything about it, the purple, Rapunzel, the music, all of the designs, the sunburst. So to have a dining experience with Rapunzel was amazing. All the actors, of course, top notch and amazing. When we were on the Magic in 2016, they did not have this. So to have two shows, Animator's Palette and the Tangled, on your three restaurant rotation is so wonderful for little kids, especially little ones like a 6-year-old. My husband, my daughter, and I love all of the Broadway style shows. These are must sees, a big part of why we love sailing with Disney. And it was our first time seeing the Tangled show, and it was amazing. Number 7, the crew members. A huge part of why we love sailing with Disney are the crew members and the service. From the Fort Lauderdale terminal, just these older ladies engaging with my very outgoing daughter when we are doing the pictures and going through the guy with the Mickey glove, fist pumping her. Then we had a concierge lunch and our service team was amazing there. Our head server on our service team was Indian and he wanted to share with us his food and culture from India. So he brought us out some Indian food. After our meal at Tangled, we were so full, but it was so delicious and so neat to have that connection with him through his culture and his food. The fairy godmother's helper at the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique. She was so patient and lovely and just talked my daughter through the whole experience. We were on a Halloween cruise, and even the people handing out the candy at trick or treating in cabanas was wonderful. Palo, they put the best of the best for service team in the specialty restaurants, and this was no exception. The guy was amazing. I always loved the service in Paolo. Speaking of Paolo, number 8 is Paolo. So, this is one of my favorite restaurants, like in the entire world. I love Italian food, and the service team, like I said, just walks you through the entire experience. They're so knowledgeable and helpful, and they will really get a sense of like, do you want to be more chatty or do you want to be left alone? They're just so good at what they do. But one of the reasons why I love on the classic ships Palo is because it is on the aft of the ship and it is 180-degree views off of deck 10 aft. So if you go, make sure you go at sunset. You get beautiful sunset views and you have windows almost all the way around. This is a Venice themed open kitchen. They do brunch, and I feel like every time we have an amazing meal here and such a great memory. Number 8, the pros of the concierge on specifically the magic. So the staff, so amazing. Just they know my daughter's name, they know our names, they anticipate what we need. Anything you need, they are there for you. They have amazing amenities, a bar, snacks, good coffee, upcharged drinks are included, things like that. The concierge lounge was recently remodeled, beautifully remodeled in a Moana theme. It was upgraded in 2023. They expanded the lounge and they also added more concierge rooms. Our room was a one bedroom concierge room and it was also recently renovated. So, just everything from the tile to the brass finishes, every detail you could ever imagine, they did such an amazing job. Now for the cons of the Disney Magic. Number one, the family pool. The family pool is a very deep pool and it is 4 feet deep all the way across. And there is no place, like a ledge, for them to sit and watch the big screen and movies above. So there's a ledge that goes up, and then the pool is very deep down. On the Disney Dream, the pool in front of the movie screen had a ledge. So you could swim and then go sit on the ledge of the pool if you wanted to relax and watch the movie. And the big problem for me with this is that you cannot see down into the pool from the lounge chairs. As you can see, there's like a ledge there and it blocks the view. And then also, the pool is pretty deep down there. You have to walk down the stairs. So you can see my daughter struggled a good bit, and not being able to see her stressed me out. And she loves swimming, it's one of her favorite things to do. So I felt like this was a big negative for us. But look how beautiful. Disney ships at night are just beautiful. Number two, the Aquadunk. This is the only Aquadunk on any of the ships. And I just find it's not very family friendly. I have back problems. It's not something I'm going to do. It looks horrible and terrifying. It's just like a big drop dunk. And it's too scary for young kids. So I just wish they had had a more family friendly slide than this awful sort of drop down. None of us did it. It was just kind of a bummer not to have a nice slide for the family. Number three, this is an older ship. Like I said, they do an amazing job of keeping everything fresh, brand new. Everything is painted all the time and kept up so nice. But on our last night, we ate at Palo together for my husband's birthday, and the AC was broke, and there's no ventilation or windows. And oh my gosh, it was so awful and hot. It was like a sauna in there. They said it had been off since the morning. They had brunch in there, and our server said it was awful. And then I think around appetizer time, it fixed and the AC came blasting through. But you couldn't even open any windows and get any cross ventilation. So I feel like things like that are going to happen on an older ship. Number four, Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique. We have done Bibbidi Bobbidi at Magic Kingdom a couple times, and we did the pirate makeover on the Wish. The Wish has a beautiful boutique. While my daughter had an amazing experience, it is a very small Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique, very dark. There's no windows, so the atmosphere is not great in this one. If you are going on the Wish or the Treasure, I would definitely recommend that. Number five, the private destinations. On our Magic Cruise, this was our first time going to Lookout Key at Lighthouse Point, and it is a beautiful island. I loved everything about it except for the fact that they let locals on. So the kids area and lunch was super crowded and crazy. And one of the advantages with the smaller ships like Magic and Wonder when you go to Castaway Key is only one ship is allowed at a time. So the island is not crowded at all. So to have the locals on and just sort of crowd out the island, you miss the advantage of the smaller ships in that it is a lot less crowded on the private destinations. Number six, the cons of concierge on the Magic. Like I said, it was an amazing experience, but my one big complaint was that outdoor area. They had renovated it. It had no hot tub, it had no views of the sea. You kind of got a view of the walkway, and then you got a view of the adult pool, and it was completely covered. We are sailing on the Treasure Concierge this summer, and I'm so excited. And it has the entire front of the ship overlooking the water with two hot tubs and a little, I think, wading pool. So I'm so excited to have that outdoor space. So I feel like with the Magic and the Wonder, I don't feel like you're getting a lot with concierge if you are on a longer cruise ship and you want a private outdoor space. The other con of the concierge on the Magic is that all of the beds are queen size beds. Our daughter might start off in her own bed, but she always comes to ours, and we always get a king bed whenever we travel. So to not have a king bed, and even in the veranda staterooms, it's a queen bed in the one bedroom and the veranda rooms. Where on the new ships, you have a king bed in just the standard concierge veranda rooms. So I think for us, the concierge on the newer ships will work a whole lot better than the older ships with we like to sunbathe, have a little hot tub, private deck, and also a king bed. My final thoughts with the Disney Magic, I would prefer the other ships. I really enjoyed the Disney Dream. The Disney Fantasy is the only ship I haven't been on, but it's the same ship as the Dream pretty much. I love their pool decks. I love, like, they each have different things. You can go back and watch our pros and cons. But having a daughter that loves to swim and then that family pool deck, not being able to see her, and then her not being able to relax and watch a movie while swimming, it's a big negative for us, especially this was a 3-night cruise, so it wasn't that big of a deal. We were on the island one day and then we spent a day in the family pool. But I think on longer cruises, Caribbean cruises, sunbathing cruises, this would be a big deal to us. And this is something I would think about before booking another cruise. So it either have to be the price is a really good price. My daughter and I are just going on our own, or it's an itinerary based decision. The Magic and the Wonder are going to Alaska next summer, and that's something that's on my bucket list. I would have really loved to do, and I would not hesitate for a second to book the Magic or the Wonder for an Alaskan cruise. It's just if we had the option of doing a Caribbean or a Bahama cruise and an older ship or a newer ship, I would definitely choose the newer ship, even if it is a little bit more. This ship is so great for adults. So if you are going on an adults only cruise, I think the Magic or the Wonder with the awesome adult space, the Senses Spa, the Rainforest Room, Cove Cafe, this is a great option for an adult only cruise. This was our first Halloween cruise and I absolutely loved it. Disney, of course, does an amazing job with the immersiveness and all of the theming. But 3 nights is a very short cruise. You're on and you're off, and it's so quick. They kick you off early on that 4th day. I really feel you should do a 4-night cruise at least if you're gonna be doing a Halloween cruise. They just pack so much in there with the shows, the trick-or-treating, the Halloween shows, the pirate night. It's a lot to fit into a 3-night cruise. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know your thoughts on the Disney Magic if you have sailed it. I'm clearly in my Disney cruise era. We have 3 Disney cruises coming up that are on my app. I love to look at it. My daughter and I are going on the Wish again. We're going on the Treasure for the first time this summer, sailing concierge, our second concierge. And then we booked the Norwegian Fjord next summer, 2026. So if you're interested in seeing all of those and getting our thoughts, be sure to subscribe, give the video a like, and I'll see you on the next one.
Thanks for watching, like, and subscribe.